the media fraternity, and all other protocols respectfully observed. I am Captain Kemo Kanute, the Acting Director of Press and Public Relations, Gambia Armed Forces. So we gathered here today to witness the handing and taking over of 5x buses and 5x tractors that are donated to the Gambia Armed Forces by the President and Commander-in-Chief, His Excellency, Mr. Adam Barrow. But before we delve into proceedings for today, please permit me to read through the program of events. So we will have remarks by the Chief of Defense Staff before the remarks by the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Gambia Armed Forces. And later we will have the handing over of the buses which will be done from the Commander-in-Chief to the Minister of Defense, and then from the Minister of Defense to the Chief of Defense Staff. Then we will have an inspection of the buses and tractors as displayed behind us. So without much ado, as we are accustomed, we always pray, and then permit me to seek permission for us to pray in our various denominations. Amen. Your Excellency, sir, esteemed invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, this gathering marks an important milestone in the journey of Gambia Armed Forces towards progress and development. The Gambia Armed Forces is not only receiving buses and tractors from its Commander-in-Chief, but paving the way for enhanced transportation and agricultural capabilities that will boost the productivity of the Gambia Armed Forces personnel. The introduction of these buses signifies the President's commitment to improving transportation for personnel of the Gambia Armed Forces. Reliable and accessible transport is essential for ensuring that our soldiers and ratings can reach their units safely and on time. These buses will serve as lifelines in not saving cost of transport for our gallant men and women in uniform, but the timeliness that is expected of them to reach to their workstations or their duty stations. Equally, sir, His Excellency's donation is significant in terms of the tractors, in the sense that agriculture is the backbone of any nation. And these modern machines will enhance productivity, reduce labor, and increase the efficiency of our farming practices. By empowering the Gambia Armed Forces with the right tools by the President, the Gambia Armed Forces Agricultural Task Force will be fully equipped not only to improve their productivity, but also ensuring food self-sufficiency and the security. Having said enough, sir, may I respectfully invite the Chief of Defense Staff Gambia Armed Forces, Lieutenant General Mahmoud O. Echam, to deliver his remarks. You are welcome, sir.
Barrow, the Honorable Minister of Defense, Ambassador Serigne Modou Njie, the Chief of Staff and Minister of the Presidency, Mr. Mod K. Sise, the National Security Advisor, Honorable Abubakar Jeng, other advisors of the President here present, the Turkish Ambassador, Excellency Tolga Olba, the Deputy Chief of Defense Staff, Gambia Armed Forces, service chiefs, and principal staff officers here present, the Country Director of Alport Banjul Limited, Mr. Salih Kupar, the Commanding Officer of the State Guard Battalion, the Regimental Sergeant Major of the Gambia Armed Forces, other distinguished members of the armed forces here present, members of the press, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, all other protocols duly and respectfully observed. Good afternoon. Your Excellency, it is with great honor and a deep sense of gratitude that we stand before you today on this significant occasion. The official handing over of 5 brand new buses and 5 tractors with their full complementing farming equipment, all brand new, generously donated by Your Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. This magnanimous intervention geared towards enhancing our transport and logistic capacity, at the same time to empower GAF's contribution towards achieving your government's food security and sovereignty initiatives. Your Excellency, on behalf of the general officers, men and women of the Gambia Armed Forces, and indeed on behalf of our families, I extend our profound gratitude and appreciation for this remarkable gesture. These new buses will resuscitate and greatly enhance our bus service scheme, ensuring the efficient and timely transportation of our personnel across our various military units. Reliable transportation, as already been alluded to by the Master of Ceremony, is a critical component of our operational effectiveness. And this donation will go a long way in boosting the morals of the soldiers, improving the welfare of our personnel in line with your government's security sector reform. The soldiers and officers are happy, Your Excellency. Furthermore, the Gambia Armed Forces is fully aligned with your vision of ensuring national food security and sovereignty. And it is in that spirit that we graciously accept the generous donation of these 5 tractors to support the Gambia Armed Forces rice value chain production prospect, as well as other farming activities. As an institution that values discipline, resilience, and self-sufficiency, we are committed to playing a significant role in producing food and nutrition requirements for the Gambia Armed Forces and its family members, and by extension, if the production capacity increases to the nation at large. Your Excellency, as we graciously receive this donation, we celebrate the initiatives of those who were here before me. This initiative started way back in 2017 at the dawn of the new democratic dispensation. In this regard, I want to acknowledge the foresight and dedication of my predecessors, namely Lieutenant General Masane Nkinte and Lieutenant General Yankuba Drame, who laid the foundation for the Gambia Armed Forces Agricultural Project. Moreover, we recognize that the global paradigm shift from traditional focus on physical security to a broader concept of human security, where food security plays a central role, is also a game changer in our endeavors. As a nation's strength is not only solely measured by its military capability, but also by its ability to provide for the basic needs of its people. As such, food security and food sovereignty is not only a national development issue, but also a strategic security imperative. Ensuring sustainable agricultural production will not only support our internal feeding programs, but also contribute to national stability by reducing vulnerabilities associated with food shortages. With these additional resources, Your Excellency, we are confident that our agricultural productivity will be enhanced, ensuring that we contribute even more to food security drives while also sustaining our internal feeding programs. The Gambia Armed Forces remain committed to playing its part in addressing food security challenges, working alongside government agencies and other stakeholders to create a resilient and self-sufficient food system for our nation. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, this occasion is not only about receiving resources. It is a reaffirmation of the trust and commitment the government has in the Gambia Armed Forces. It is also a call to action for us to ensure that these resources are effectively utilized and maintained to serve the intended purposes. Let me, at this opportunity, assure Your Excellency and the people of the Gambia that the Gambia Armed Forces remains resolute in its mandate to safeguard the sovereignty, security, and territorial integrity and independence of our beloved nation. We shall continue to exhibit professionalism, dedication, and commitment in all aspects of our service. Once again, Your Excellency, in conclusion, we express heartfelt gratitude to your continuous support, to all who have played a role in making this ceremony possible. We appreciate your efforts and contribution. Together, we will forge ahead to build a stronger, more self-reliant Gambia. Thank you all for your kind attention.
Defense, the Chief of Defense Staff, National Security Advisor, senior government officials, and other security chiefs here present, the Turkish ambassador to the Gambia, security officers here present, the director of Alport and country manager, ladies and gentlemen. I am delighted that we are gathered here to witness presentations to the Gambia Armed Forces. Easing transportation, hurdles, and empowering them as they continue to serve the nation with dedication. Guided by the National Development Agenda, my government is committed to advancing the human resources of our nation. As we all are aware, the security sector is one of the critical areas towards realizing the NDP IRWA objectives. Gambia Armed Forces and other sister forces have important roles in ensuring a peaceful and stable environment for development to thrive. Therefore, my government will make every effort to operate a conducive and a convenient work environment for them. We are determined that the transformation in the security sector align with the democratic values we desire for our dear Gambia. We strive for peace, security, and stability to run parallel with other developments of our country. Today's presentation are in twofold: the 5 buses to ease transportation and ensure punctuality of the officers, in addition to 5 tractors to support the agriculture initiative of the Gambia Armed Forces. Esteemed officers, our determination to have a peaceful country warrant us to seek alternative engagements of our officers during peacetime. The initiative to take up agriculture create basic produce for officers, improve their nutrition, as well as to make them more self-reliant in having sustained food security. The tractors will boost their production capacity and add value to the mechanization of agriculture. I urge you to make best use of both the buses and tractors to ensure durability. With those few remarks, I now hand over 5 buses and 5 tractors to the Gambia Armed Forces. I congratulate you and thank you for your attention.